If you think that doing 100 sit-ups every single day is the way to get six-pack abs, those chiseled, defined abs, then you're completely wrong. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys the physiology of fat loss and muscle building and tell you guys how to actually get a chiseled six-pack for summer 2026. We're going straight to it in this video. No 10-minute hacks, no fluff, just straight to the points that you need to know. Now, who am I to tell you guys how to get a six-pack? Well, for those of you who haven't watched my channel before, my name is Harry. I'm a full-time personal trainer and online coach, and I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Right now, I don't have a six-pack to show you. What a fraudster. But right now, I'm bulking, so my body fat percentage is too high to see my abs. But insert proof here, insert proof here. I've had abs many times in my adult life, and for most of my adult life, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I get abs myself and how I help my clients do the same. In my humble opinion, I do believe that every man should see his abs at least once in his life, because at the end of the day, right, you want to push yourself. It's difficult to get abs. It's simple, but not easy. And I feel like it's a good challenge for each man to set himself at least once in his life to get some six-pack abs, or at least be able to see his six-pack. So without further ado, let's get into it. So an important thing to know about getting the chiseled six-pack abs is that everyone has abs. You have abs. Your nan has abs, everyone has a six-pack. However, to reveal your six-pack and actually be able to see it, you need to have a low enough body fat percentage. Everyone has abs. You need to make sure that your body fat percentage is low enough to be able to see them. Now, for most men, this is around 15% body fat and lower. And to improve the look of your abs once you're below 15% body fat is to build them like you would any other muscle. They need to be built through progressive overload, as if you were building your chest. If you are a low enough body fat percentage and you have trained your abs and they are larger, you have trained them in hypertrophy, then they will appear bigger and therefore look more defined. So everyone has abs. It's just about how to reveal them. Doing ab crunches every single day for 30 days isn't what's going to get you a six-pack abs. It's having a low enough body fat percentage and having defined big abs. If you're someone who is already a low body fat percentage but you can't necessarily see your abs, what I would recommend in that scenario is training your abs. So we'll get into how to train your abs later in the video, but if you're a low enough body fat percentage and you can see them but they're not as defined as you want them to be, they need to be trained. So stage number one to getting six-pack abs is being in a calorie deficit. A calorie deficit is eating less than what you are burning each and every single day through doing things like cardio and eating in a deficit. This will lower your body fat percentage and enable you to actually start to see your abs. Some of the best ways to put yourself in a calorie deficit to get to the point where you can see your abs is improving your non-exercise activity. So that's things like steps. Simple walking like this is one of the greatest ways to improve and lower your body fat percentage. The reason being is you can walk 10,000 steps a day and be absolutely fine. But if you're smashing cardio every single day, you're absolutely battering yourself, you're just going to burn yourself out. You want to slowly drop your body fat percentage over a period of time. You don't want to do these really fast and sharp cuts because you're just going to burn out. So walking is one of the best ways that I myself reveal my abs, and the best way that I get my clients to do it as well, because it's simple and effective, gets the job done to a good level without burning people out. So my best advice when it comes to the cardio side is one, keep the steps high, 10 to 15K, whatever you can realistically handle every day. This is going to help build that deficit between what we're burning and what we're eating. Next is sprinkling some more cardio as well. So add a few runs in, maybe a bit of time on a cross trainer, maybe a bit of time on a Stairmaster. It's all going to help as long as we're not burning ourselves out. The goal is to slowly reduce the body fat percentage so that we can start to see the abs and not be absolutely smashing ourselves, because the more fatigued we are, the less likely we are to lose body fat. So when it comes to the diet aspect of losing body fat, it's super important to keep your protein high. The reason being is we don't want our body to break down the muscle mass, we want it to break down the body fat and use that as energy. So keep protein to around 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight so that we are retaining as much muscle as possible. We've worked hard for the abs, now we just want to drop body fat and reveal them. We don't want the abs disappearing. So you've now lowered your body fat percentage enough to reveal your abs. Now it's time to build them and make them look really defined. So the key with abs is, like any other muscle group, you want to make sure you're training them hard and building them up and training them in a hypertrophic range to make sure they are then progressing. So to train your abs, you want to make sure you're doing three things, and that is a crunch variation, a leg raise variation and a rotation. The reason being is that's going to train the upper abs, so something like a lying ab crunch would work perfectly, making sure we're flexing the spine. We then want to make sure we're also doing a leg raise or a knee raise variation, working the lower abs. So that could be a hanging knee raise or a hanging leg raise, or laying leg raise. And then we want to do a rotation. This could be a Russian twist, this could be a cable twist, whatever works for you, but you need to make sure that you're training your abs in sort of the 8 to 15 rep range with resistance, building them up, and this is going to help the definition when you're at a low enough body fat percentage. So you've succeeded, you've now lowered your body fat percentage enough to reveal them, and you've progressively overloaded them and built them up so they look nice and defined. Now abs realistically don't need to be trained as much as everyone thinks. Everyone joins the gym to get a six-pack. You only need to be training them 2 to 3 times a week, and the best way to fit it into your schedule is just tag it on at the end of a workout. Tag it on to 2 or 3 sessions of your week and just do a leg raise variation and a crunch variation, and add some rotation in as well. Do these for 2 to 3 sets, 2 to 3 times a week. That's literally all you need to do to reveal your abs and get six-pack abs ready for this summer. Some other things to keep in mind of as well is you need to give yourself enough time to see abs. So losing body fat sustainably and correctly does take time. So if you're a higher body fat percentage and you think that you're going to get abs in 2 weeks, you're not. Sorry to be the guy to tell you. What I would do is start earlier. So if you've got a holiday in midsummer, start within the first quarter of the year. Give yourself a long period of time to sustainably diet. You know, remember that you're going to have birthdays and you're going to be ill 1 week and things like that. So make sure you're accounting for that. Give yourself enough time to lose the amount of body fat that you need to whilst building your abs. When you are a low enough body fat percentage, that hard-earned six-pack will be there waiting for you, and you're going to be looking and feeling like the man. One other thing as well is don't forget they need rest, just like any other muscle group, to grow. So train them and then let them rest. So to summarize, you need a calorie deficit to reveal your abs, and you need to train them hard to build them up and make them more defined. That is the key to getting six-pack abs. That's how I do it, that's how I get my clients to do it, and that's how everyone does it. So you now know, you're an expert on how to get six-pack abs. Now if you guys need a training plan to go alongside it, click the first link linked in the description, and that's going to take you to my complete guide on how to start hybrid training in 2026. In my opinion, one of the best training programs you can follow. Cardio and strength training, you look and feel amazing, and it will help you get a six-pack as well. And if you guys are looking at getting some one-to-one online coaching from myself to skip the guesswork and just get straight to getting in killer shape, click the link linked in the bio, and that's going to take you to my online application form where you can fill that out. We can hop on a call and see if we'll work well together. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you.